Alrighty, today we are making frugal, very easy, very fast, I hope amazingly delicious, 2-ingredient pain au chocolat, which you may know of as chocolate croissants. But those of us who've been to France, pain au chocolat. When I was in college a million years ago, I spent a semester in France, and that is where I came to know and embrace this most delicious of all French pastries, which I love. So basically, we're making this because we have the Pillsbury crescent roll dough, fancy, 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 that I got for about $1 couponing. And I have this cool, I think this is fancy, this cool chocolate. Sorry, Neve, I put it right in front of your face. This cool chocolate. Look. And there she is. Look. And there she is. Anyway, my granddaughter got me this as a treat. I think she got it at Trader Joe's. I'm not even sure. It's some fancy German chocolate that I think I will use to make our pain au chocolat. This is 73% cacao. What are we making?
Pain au chocolat.
Good job. All right, so we're going to pop out the dough. We'll combine 2 triangles to kind of make a square shape, and then we'll roll the chocolate up inside it, and then we'll bake it at 350. Autumn is joining in. Alrighty, this is not too awkward. First, we're going to pop open the dough.
You guys will like this video.
Woo! Alrighty. Pull out the dough. You can kind of unroll that. Now, this fancy chocolate probably is not the most frugal, but if I had chocolate chips in the house, I would, what are you doing? Unroll it, not roll it. Oh my goodness, stop!
Oh, unroll.
Unroll the dough. It's, yeah, it's already, yeah. Okay, alright, okay. Here we go. I would do it with just semi-sweet chocolate chips if I actually had any in the house, but again, we're working with what we have. Alright, hold on guys, we're dividing it into, hold on, squares. So we want 2 triangles together. So try to pinch that seam together so it's making one square bit.
I want to do one.
Oh, hold on.
Me too.
Alright, so you have your triangular dough, and we're going to pinch together this seam to make it a rectangle. I'm going to cut each in half so that each is going to become 2 rectangles, and then we can roll the chocolate inside the dough. So we're going to just slice right down there, slice right down there. Alright, we'll open up our fancy chocolate and see what it looks like inside. Ooh, it looks fancy.
Yeah, yummy.
And yummy. Normally for pain au chocolat, you have your chocolate in kind of a thin, long strip. So I'm going to chop this chocolate up to make finer bits. Alright, so I chopped the chocolate up into little bits, and we all know of the health benefits of dark chocolates. So really, this is a health food, right? So we're going to sample a wee tiny bit of the chocolate before we start, right? Let me pop a tiny, tiny piece into your mouth. Not a huge piece, a tiny. Boop. Boop. Chocolate isn't Eve's favorite food. Is it your favorite too, Autumn?
Mm-hmm.
Let me try a tiny. I don't really want to, but I feel like I have to. Alrighty. Alright, so this chocolate is delicious. This chocolate's not cheap, but making these at home this way is much less expensive than buying them in a bakery or a grocery store, and they're going to be better and fresher and more delicious. Oh yes, they are. But again, you could just get some semi-sweet chocolate morsels and use it. You don't have to use the fancy chocolate that I happen to have. Alright, these aren't going to be huge. They're going to be relatively small. But with your pain au chocolat, you kind of do 2 sort of rolls of chocolate. So we're going to put a little bit of chocolate in here. Right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to roll it like that. Right? Then we put another little line of chocolate. Like so. and then roll it the rest of the way. So it's going to have, and I have chocolate all over my hands, so it's getting some chocolate on the outside, but so that's how that's going to go. They're going to be little. Alright, so now, here, let me put some chocolate on one for you, and you can, here, try to roll that a little bit. Alright, now just roll that over the one time. Roll a little more. Roll, roll, roll. Very good. Then we'll put another little line of chocolate. And then roll the rest of the way. Okay, wait a minute. Roll. This goes. Yeah, like that. Alrighty. We'll line them up like that. Alright, Nevie, let me try this. You want to try this one? Alright, so we'll put a few little bits of chocolate. Alright, I'm going to start to roll that. Please pay attention to the professional technique, people. Alright, hold on. You girls are born French chefs. Put a little bit more. Okay, and roll the rest of the way. Beautiful. I don't know that we want them quite that close because they're going to puff up a little bit while they bake. Gorgeous. Alright. And
the last one's for you. Yes, the last one's for me, right, Mom?
We also have more dough, by the way. But yes, you can.
Okay.
Alright.
It's
going to be a lot of chocolate.
Put it on here this time.
Alright. Now go ahead. Somebody give that a roll. Do you girls think you're going to open a fancy bakery together someday?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's put a little bit more on. Did you just eat some chocolate off of there?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. It is so melty on my fingers. All right, now roll it the rest of the way. Love it. Okay, you can just leave it right there. Thank you, girls. Why don't you go wash your hands? All right, I will do the next 4. Now, lest you all think that I would let my sweet little children eat these fattening, sugary pastry treats and risk a lifetime of morbid obesity and diabetes, heart disease, other conditions. I assure you I'll eat them all myself. My poor little children will be safe from this. I'm actually kidding, because I'm not going to eat them all myself, though I would like to. I'm afraid to actually even try one, because I feel like once I start, I wouldn't be able to stop. Now, I got a comment on my tuna casserole video, which is actually what prompted my little morbid obesity, diabetes commentary. So somebody commented about my tuna casserole video that this food I was providing for my family was crap. And this high, so they didn't say high fat, but I'm thinking she was thinking high fat. She said this high sodium crap leads to obesity, childhood obesity, and diabetes, and that it was really irresponsible of me and ignorant of me to allow my children to eat that kind of food. Tuna casserole we're talking about. And she didn't exactly say I should fry in hell, but I kind of felt like there was a little bit of that tone in there. And she said instead I should make my children a tuna and kale sandwich and, you know, to like give them a chance in life. And she said that she had been raised by ignorant people, ignorant in terms of, I guess, their knowledge of food and nutrition, assuming by that comment that maybe she suffered from childhood obesity. Maybe she's still obese. Maybe she's thin now that she's a grown-up and can make her own food choices. Maybe she's diabetic. I don't know. There was a lot of anger I felt in the comment. And so I sort of debated on how to respond to that. So I tried, I didn't consider it like an act of bullying, because I think if people are internet bullying you, you don't really owe them a response. You should just block them and move on. But I didn't feel like she was bullying. She might have been making this comment out of a place of real concern or just some kind of sense of superiority. I don't really know. So one of my first thoughts was, you're saying this about the tuna casserole, which does not have that much cheese in it at all, because cheese is expensive, so I was really limiting the cheese. It's got pasta, tuna, and it had tomatoes and zucchini in it. I included fresh vegetables from my garden in the casserole. And I thought, wow, what if she saw my ramen noodle video? Like, you want to have an issue with fat and sodium. Oh my God, don't go over there, babe. So, basically, and she made the comment that YouTube is full of videos on frugal recipes that are also good for you. Well, honestly, I put a lot of effort into these videos. I honestly do. It might not seem that way by the end product, but I really do put a lot of thought and effort into these. And I put a lot of thought and effort into coming up with these really, really frugal meal ideas. So I'm trying to come up with dinner ideas that are going to feed a family of 4 for less than $2 for the whole meal. Not $2 a person, but $2 or less for the entire meal. And I really struggle to see how you can be that frugal and incorporate tons of fresh fruits and vegetables unless you're growing them in your own garden, because there's no way you can buy them that inexpensively. You're just not going to get that super duper healthy. And by the way, I didn't bill it as a super healthy meal. I billed it as a super frugal meal. So I said to her, okay, well, thanks for that, and I'll try to do a search for some of those meal plan ideas that are both healthy and feeding a family of 4 for $2. I thought the tuna casserole was actually a pretty good one, because I was incorporating vegetables from our very own garden. And then I thought about the suggestion to feed my kids a kale and tuna sandwich. Well, my kids do like a tuna sandwich, and they get tuna sandwiches in their lunchbox sometimes. I didn't really want to give them a tuna sandwich for dinner. I was trying to make a hot dinner. Kale on the tuna sandwich? That's not going to happen for them. I like kale. I'm a fan of kale, and I don't think I really want kale on my tuna sandwich. And I am growing some kale out there. I'll show you my baby kale someday. But I thought, no. I'm sorry. Cute idea, but no. Kale on the sandwich is not going to happen. Thanks for that feedback. I appreciate your concern about my children's health. It takes a village and all of that. But we are doing our best to get the fruits and veggies in. But some people don't necessarily have the extra cash to go out and buy tons of fruits and vegetables. Okay, that's one of the huge problems with poverty and how poor people feed themselves, and how the working poor who are trying to support their family on a minimum wage job are forced to feed their families. You have to keep your family fed. Nobody wants to starve to death, but your bang for your buck might not be buying a bag of organic apples, when the money for that same money could be enough food to feed your family for a whole day, like full meals, right? And I'm very concerned about trying to help poor people, truly poor people, people who really need to be super frugal. But anyway, I think it's pretty cool that I get to make some pan au chocolat, which I would not go out and buy from any bakery or store. For the $1 croissant roll dough, and I don't know, whatever this chocolate costs my daughter, I don't know. So anyway, these are going into the oven now at 350, and I'm going to say, I don't know, 20 minutes. All right, and now we are ready for the taste testing. And I'm not going to even allow myself to taste one because I know if I have one, I will want to eat them all. Daddy, they're hot. I think you need to cut. What do you think, girls?
Good.
You think it's going to be good?
Yeah.
It cuts like a pastry or a croissant. Something.
I wonder why.
I don't know. What is it, actually?
It's pan au chocolat. It is chocolate.
I don't know what it is.
It's chocolate-filled crescent roll dough.
I'm French.
It is very French. Wait, let's get a close-up of the inner swirl of chocolate from the cross section.
As Autumn eats it.
As they burn their little mouths.
Oh, the liquid, the molten chocolate.
Molten chocolate gooping out. And now Daddy's going to feed her. Like a baby bird. She's a baby pterodactyl. Oh my God.
Wait, close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Ow! That is the trick the girls do to Daddy all the time.
You do that to me all the time. Okay, I'll close my eyes.
Yeah, you're not getting any.
This one?
No, I think, wait a minute. What are you guys doing?
You can't make things like this if you think we're not going to eat
Now
it.
you're
You can't just leave it.
You're risking childhood obesity and diabetes now.
We know when to stop when they're gone. It just
Oh, that's when you stop. We know how to limit ourselves when you finish them. That's portion control.
Whoa.
Look, Autumn has one in each hand. She's like a double-fisted drinker here. All right, girls, so give me your honest opinion. Thumbs up, yeah?
This is what I meant by eat them until they're gone.
Okay.
Everyone hands them to me. Watch. And then
Why'd you cup another one?
this is what we do. You leave one out and you eat it till it's gone.
You've made them into little hors d'oeuvre bites. Daddy's really funny because he'll tell you he doesn't like chocolate, he doesn't like desserts, he doesn't like sweet treats, but you make something like this and he stuffs his pockets with them and then runs away and locks himself in the bathroom and eats them all. Right, Daddy?
Yes, but
All right, this was a frugal success because we got the dough coupon. Oh, you guys are silly. Aw, they're feeding the Daddy pterodactyl. All right, click below to subscribe to get more genius videos like this one.